All right, Natalie, thanks for coming on. Welcome everybody to the Freedomcast podcast. This is Natalie Richards. She is a record-holding powerlifter and trainer and coach, and just awesome person. I got connected to her through Jen Thompson, who we've interviewed, and wanted to talk a little bit about her background. She's got some, we'll get into this. She's got some really good TikTok content, Instagram
Oh
content,
God.
YouTube channel. Oh yeah, I looked at all of it. And
Oh no.
it was so good. So recommend you follow her. But thanks for coming on, Natalie. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Can you give us a little bit of background, how you got into this powerlifting thing, why powerlifting, why not something else, and just kind of some of your records and lifts and that kind of thing.
Sure thing. So I got back into powerlifting. I think I started lifting in like 2017, and I had always been like an athlete my whole life, pretty much. Either gymnastics, softball, track. I've been running for the last like 5 or 6 years, and my feet hurt, my back hurt. I was tired of going on long runs. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to the gym. So my friend kind of introduced me how to like lift and showed me like what the heck powerlifting was, because I had no idea what it was when I first started. And I was like, well, this seems kind of cool. Like you only have to do 3 things. You really only move in one direction. Like this seems more up my alley. This might be good. So my friend started coaching me in 2017, and then I did my first powerlifting meet at North Carolina Fall Fest in 2019. And then I switched coaches, and I've been competing ever since. So what, 3 years I've been competing. So
Wow.
Ever since that, I just like had an addiction because it was so fun, and I made so many friends joining powerlifting gyms, and it was just something I've always enjoyed and wanted to get better at. So I just kept competing and practicing. So I don't know what I did in 2020. I think that was COVID year. I don't think I competed then. And then 2021, I competed at Carolina Primetime last year, and then I also competed at the VA Pro, where I got some American records, the 57 kilo class, and now in like 2 days, I'm competing again at Carolina Primetime 2022, and hopefully it'll be fun and go well.
Very nice. What are your lifts right now, and what specific records have you broken?
What I hit at the VA Pro, I think I did a 172.5 kilo or 380 squat, I think 97.5 kilo bench press, and then I did a 212 or 468 deadlift. And then I think the squat and the deadlift were American records for juniors, as well as the total American record for juniors.
Okay. And what's your at what weight class and what age?
I weighed in. What the heck did I weigh in at? I think I weighed in at like 56.2 or something. I don't know what that is in pounds. Somewhere under 220 or 125 for my body weight. And then what was a year ago? I was 22 or 23. 23. I just had a birthday, so I can't remember.
Nice. Wow. So you were deadlifting 400 something at 120, under 125 pounds. Holy.
I still feel old though, because all these young kids are coming in, and I'm like at like 19, 20. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm 3 years older than you, and you guys are catching up. This is crazy.
They are getting stronger. It's insane. It's kind of like football. I mean, I don't know if it's a combination of genetics and training or what it is, but people just seem to be getting crazier and crazier strong.
Exactly. It's like you're 17 and you're a football player and you're bench pressing 400 pounds, and it's like normal. It's insane.
It is nuts. When did you start coaching, and why did you start coaching?
I believe I started coaching back in 2020. And before I started Pacific powerlifting coaching, I coached obviously commercial gym type people trying to learn how to coach and learn like anatomy, physiology. I took like NASM certification courses, just got my feet a little bit wet in learning how the human body works, because my education is in like business and economics. So I had no biology or chemistry or anything like that. So I just started learning and worked at like Gold's Gym for a while. And then I started being, I guess, under my coaches are Holly and John, who own Anchor Power, and I kind of mentored under them for a while. and then started taking on clients, I want to say at the end of 2020, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. So almost 2 years. So I've been doing powerlifting clients, and then in 2021, I started doing nutrition coaching, and I got my little certification in NASM for that as well. I just try to be as educated as possible and learn from people like Brad Couillard and do all those seminars and just try to, keep learning.
Nice. Are you under Anchor Powerlifting, or is that your brand, or what's the relationship there?
So Holly Mann and John Fain own Anchor Power. They founded it, I want to say, in 2019.
Okay.
Possibly, I believe 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And they founded it. They are co-owners, and then I came on as their coaching staff, just distance coaching, nutrition coaching, and then teams coaching as well.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just in terms of, I'm always curious about this, what's the end goal for you with lifting? Best in the world, best in the state, best in the nation, something else? Like, what are your long-term goals?
Right. I think my goals have shifted over time. Definitely right now, I want to be like the best in the world and go to Sheffield. Like, I think that would be like the end goal and the most like intense goal. I have to go certainly a few more steps before I can even try to attempt that goal, but that is the end goal. I want to be kind of at that level and meet like the international folks. Like, I love Team France. I love everyone over there, so I just want to be able to compete with them.
Awesome. Have you got to meet many international personalities? Do they have like the international competition in the US, or is it always overseas?
I think it's always overseas now since USAPL split with the IPF. I don't know what PLA is going to do. Maybe they'll have it here. I don't know. I haven't had the chance to meet anyone in person, but I'll like chat with them online and be like, hey, that was so cool. That was a good job.
Nice.
But I haven't been able to talk to them in person yet.
Gotcha. I want to transition a little bit into some of the personal stuff that you're doing, which is my favorite part. The TikTok reacts videos. I was dying. They are great. You need to keep doing that.
You.
When did you start that? And also, I want to get your opinion in a minute here on like Fit Talk. But when did you start doing the React stuff?
I'm so glad that you like them because I think they're so silly and I cannot watch myself. Like when I'm editing these, it's so painful. But I'm glad that you appreciate the silliness. I think I started doing these earlier this year, just because I wanted to do like the creative outlet. Like, I coach all the time. Like, everything is always powerlifting coaching, and I was like, you know what? Let's do something fun. So I found these terrible TikToks and just have started reacting to them, and I like the editing process. So I think I started early this year, maybe like June, somewhere around there. And there's unlimited content on TikTok, as you are aware, and with the gym talk. So I just think it's fun to poke a little fun at the gym TikTokers.
I don't know about you, but Gym Talk and Fit Talk throws me for a loop sometimes. There's so many insane personalities, like even worse than Instagram. Like, I thought Instagram was bad, and then I got on TikTok and I'm like, y'all are out of your mind.
Yeah.
What's your opinion of that whole hashtag, like Fit Talk, Gym Talk? Like, what is going on?
Well, like two sides of me kind of battle, because I feel bad if I really go in on these people, because like on one hand, they are in the gym and promoting an essence of lifting and health and working out, but on the other hand, they're promoting absolute chaos. You're gonna hurt yourself. This is not how you do it, or it's super weird, and it's like, I don't know, sexualizing women sometimes too, and it's like, this is 2022 and this is the gym. Maybe we shouldn't do that. So I go hand in. It's hard because I don't want to go too mean on these kids, because they are, for the most part, kids. But some people are like in their 30s who do this, like Bradley Martin. Like, I don't know, he's a little bit older. He should probably know better. But no offense, Bradley Martin fans. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Gym Talk, it promotes, I guess, some unsafe practices and maybe some like kind of cringe content. And then also these like cringe gym talk people are promoting their own like money making businesses. And they're what, 17? They're making 6 figures at least. Like, the ethics of it kind of throw me for a loop sometimes. So I'm like, why are you posting this? And then you're posting, you should buy my program for $10 a month. You know what I'm saying?
And you should also be dry scooping pre-workout while you're at it.
Yeah, just give yourself a heart attack while you're at it. If you're not dying, then what are you doing?
Did you see the video recently? There was a guy that was like, I'm in the hospital because I just had 1,100 milligrams of
Yes,
caffeine.
yes, I saw that.
Are
And people
you
have actually like had heart issues from doing that stuff. But
no
on TikTok,
kidding?
but on TikTok, they're like, you better dry scoop your pre-workout or else you're not doing it right.
It
Oh,
like it also entertains me to no end. Like, let's make this far more difficult. Like, I saw you reacting to some of these videos. Let's make this far more difficult than it has to be for hypertrophy
yeah,
and for training and for actually progressing. Let's
yeah,
make it look as difficult as possible. And you should definitely be doing this like 90% of the time. Like the guy that
exactly.
was balancing on top of, what the heck was that? Was he balancing on top of like barbell holding racks?
Something like that. I don't know. He was doing something weird. I think so.
Yeah, and he's like, and then I think they fell over at the end. So, kids,
Naturally, yes.
don't be
It's
stupid.
exactly. Yeah, it's like I'm so knowledgeable. Here's this really complicated exercise. This is the only way to do it. Subscribe to my content for $20 and you can be like me and be shredded even though I'm on steroids. Not disclosing that.
It's all
Right?
it's always the steroid users or the HGH users that say they're not on steroids or
Yep.
some other some other PED abuser. Related to training.
It's
What
like
do
if
you?
you're like honest about it, then sure. But if you're
Yeah,
saying, "Oh, I'm natural," then get out of here.
yeah, absolutely. Or the on the female side, it's a different thing from the guys usually or sometimes with
Yeah,
like all of the plastic surgery stuff that goes on,
I know.
butt plants and
All the
implants.
body image stuff. It's yeah. It only gets worse on TikTok. I feel like.
I think you're completely correct. The What's your opinion on like you mentioned Gymshark in one of your videos, Gymshark content and the brand. Do you think because there's some guys like Will Tennyson that are actually pretty good and put out some decent stuff and they're repping
Mhm.
Gymshark, but what do you think about them just in general?
Right. So, like, I liked when I first started lifting, I absolutely loved Gymshark. I bought Gymshark pants. I thought they looked cute in 2018. And I don't own any of them really now, but looking at the brand from where they started and where they are now, it's actually insane. And like some pretty hardcore marketing that they've done because they have created a brand that you as a 17 to 25-year-old want to be in, you want to be sponsored by this brand because you get to do photo shoots, you have packaging, you are huge on social media, they promote you like no one else. And the Gymshark has like teams. They have like males, they have like females, and they're on the Gymshark team. And and my issue with Gymshark now is who they kind of like push on their teams because they're pushing these 16, 17, 18-year-old, let's say men
Hmm.
who are heavily steroided out, shredded to the gills. But they don't disclose that and they're promoting themselves and they're promoting the product without being 100%, I guess, ethical when they're promoting it, saying, you know, like this is my workout routine. Because they'll go on Gymshark, like TikTok, they have their creators or athletes posting workouts, posting whatever, but they don't disclose XYZ that they're taking, or they don't disclose like really like authentic, I guess authentic like lifestyles. And they're promoting like this brand, and it's just like I don't know. The steroid use undisclosed really bothers me the most about Gymshark, I think. And they're just promoting like the TikTok challenges. It's just kind of cringe overall, but it works because their target audience is so young that they don't even think a second thing about it. But maybe you and I, who are a little bit older, can see like this is pretty cringe, and they're not really, I guess, promoting the best like athletes in their Instagram and social medias. I would say
Yeah.
that I rambled on, but you know what I mean.
I completely get it. It's interesting to me because they're not brands like that. They're really going for like bodybuilder aesthetic in
Yes,
90% of
yes,
cases. Like they're not which is a shame. They're not recruiting like Natalie Richards or Marcus or who I mean, you guys are jacked and strong, but yeah, for some reason that doesn't appeal to. They don't think it appeals to mass market. I feel like if they were to put that more at the forefront, it honestly would.
I agree. I think I mean, their biggest people are the bodybuilding-esque people for sure.
Mhm.
I know that like these people like John Hack and Andy Twain are in the Gymshark realm, but they will do like one event or one photo shoot versus
Yeah.
these guys who are on the website, on Gymshark, on the TikTok, who are the like super young, like kids, just bodybuilding-esque.
Yeah.
But that's really their marketing is just for young people, and they sell out every single launch they do. Like
Yeah.
obviously it's working, whatever their marketing strategy is.
Yeah, it's impressive. I think another brand that's going to do pretty well. I don't know if they're going to go the same route. Young LA. I've been pretty impressed with
Hmm.
their marketing efforts. They seem like a little bit more grassroots and down to earth, but
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to be in the same category as Gymshark at some point, just in terms of how they're marketing and branding themselves. We'll see.
Yeah, it all just depends. But I think Gymshark, uh, I think they're gonna like time out in the next like 5 years if they don't really change their marketing tactic. Because
Yep.
eventually people are gonna get tired of bodybuilding s and uh, Photoshop. Because a lot of the Gymshark athletes get in trouble with photoshopping their pictures. People call them out for them, and they're like, whatever, it doesn't matter, and they just keep doing it. And I think that's probably going to catch up to a lot of brands in the next like 2 to 5 years, right?
Yep. Yep. Well, and two, now with people being more open about steroid use, I don't know if that's going to bite them
Mhm.
in the rear end either. It could. I mean, if they do more, behind the scenes of Gymshark, I think really people want to really see stuff on TikTok is more
Yeah.
real and raw. So if they go more that route, that might help them. But Gymshark is
Yeah.
very whitewashed is not the word. There's a marketing brand behind it for sure. I'll just put it that
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
way. Do you think should there
Oh
be more
no.
videos of girls with high-waisted booty shorts? I don't think there are.
Oh God. No. There are too many. There are already too many. That's another thing of Gym Talk. They don't even post workouts. They just post their butt in high-waisted
Yes.
pants. But I click on the video to see what the booty workout is, and then this is what I get. I want to know what the workout is.
It's all posing. It's
It,
fantastic.
it really is. That's like a whole genre of gym talk, and they make probably their rent posting those TikToks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because
Crazy.
in most cases, like they'll not they might post do seven, they're not doing anything of what they say, first of
I
all.
know. And they're
But
selling programs. That's the biggest issue is when they sell programs of how to get their physique, but their physique is either photoshopped, plastic surgery, and those things are like fine if you disclose it, but you
yeah.
can't say it's authentic results and then sell your program at the same time.
Oh, I have a question for you. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't. But being a coach, maybe you do. The programs that these guys are selling, are they literally copying and pasting from, I don't know, some guy in India that just made up a program for them on Fiverr, or
Right.
are they all coming from the same place, or is it just something that they just hacked up in the back of their, on their computer one day?
I will say I have found so many YouTube videos on this. I have watched them rigorously. So what I've noticed in my research, I guess, of looking at these people either pay like someone or they make it up themselves. For the most part, generalization.
Okay.
They find either they make this program or they find someone to make this program for them. It's pretty cookie cutter, like 3x10, 3x5, do 2 accessories a day, do squats a day. And you just run that through for like forever, I guess, because they sell it in a subscription service. So you are subbed in for $5.99 a month and then forever, I guess, unless you cancel your subscription. So if you have, let's say, 1 million followers on TikTok, then my God, you are making 7 figures selling these $6 programs a month. So I think that they're just pretty cookie cutter. Like they're probably not going to hurt you, but are they going to do what the TikTokers are doing? No, it's just marketing. Especially, what's his name? V-Shred?
Yeah.
I don't know if you, have
Oh
you heard
my
of
gosh.
V-Shred?
Oh no. Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah, he I think is like the biggest example of just like doing that. I think just kind of scamming his followers. And a lot of these followers will like, or a lot of these TikTokers will put like some effort into their website and make it look super cool and shredded pictures and do like this intro video where they're like so authentic and are so excited to work with you. And then you'll never ever talk to them. And it's just buying a subscription for the next eternity, pretty much. So, I mean, like from someone who wants to make money, sure, that's great. But someone with ethics, no, don't do that.
Yeah. Subscriptions are, I think there's going to be a reversal at some point just with the subscription model in general. I think people are getting so sick and tired of having to pay every month for literally everything.
I have a Disney Plus subscription. I have a Peacock subscription, YouTube TV, Netflix, Hulu, HBO. I have so many subscriptions. I don't need that many, but I have them.
It's insane. It's super frustrating. And there's no way, there's nobody that's come along either and consolidated all that stuff, much less with fitness, more with their, or entertainment. Like somebody needs to, hey, you can have one package and it just includes Netflix, Hulu, whatever. But yeah, the fitness influencers need to get away from that too. Okay. Another topic that I know you're a huge fan of, your obsession with Monster. Why is Monster the best?
Oh, where's my Monster sponsorship at this point? I've talked about them for freaking forever. They have yet to respond to any of my DMs. Oh, and you're drinking a Bang.
I know. I'm sorry. I was going to talk about this in just a second.
Oh, God. Well, I never drank energy drinks until like this year. And my friend was like, you drink this white Monster. And then my addiction began. I don't know why I like them so much. I've drank one or two other energy drinks. And I'm like, nah, these are trash. I gotta go back to my Monster. These are so much better. So yeah, I have a lot of Monster. I will say I bought Alani New for the first time and I really like it. So that might be a rival. So Monster, if you're listening, you better give me some money and I'll keep talking about you.
What was the other brand called?
Alani New. It's I don't know. It's sold in Walmart. It's pretty good.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like they're pretty comparable to Monster, except they have like an extra 100 milligrams of caffeine. If you want more caffeine, that's the only difference I found.
Holy cow! So like what? You're at 400 milligrams at that point?
No, it's like 250, 230. Something
oh, really?
That. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Okay. Gotcha. I think we're like that would be insane. What's your favorite Monster flavor currently? You said is the white one?
White, obviously. I'm not gonna change that. White Monster.
Nice. Did you see the Monster Bang Energy lawsuit?
No. What the heck? What's going on?
Yeah, so Monster sued Bang because, and I wanted to show you this. So you see how it says super creatine?
Oh yeah, they're lying.
Yeah, there is not one shred, not one of creatine in the bottle.
I believe it.
Yeah, so they called it super creatine because they were marketing one of these ingredients, I'm not sure which, as a better than they have like it's like creatil or something.
Oh my gosh.
As better than creatine. So they called it super creatine and they got sued out of their rear end. Their parent company is going out of business. It's bankrupt because of the lawsuit. Yeah. So I like Bang. I think to your point, their caffeine content is far too high.
Oh God.
Yeah. I have serious problems when I have these, but go ahead.
It's insane. Bang Energy, like if you like look at their nutrition label, they have a little black thing that looks like a cross on it, which means they don't disclose the actual amounts that's in there. Absolutely nothing is in there. There is no like creatine. There's probably absolutely no, I don't know, anything besides just crack in the bottle.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And so many pre-workouts do that too. You just don't disclose their amounts and you just buy it anyways because TikTok told you to or something. But
well, it's interesting. Do you ever listen to the Massonomics podcast?
I have not, but I know of them. Yeah.
It's phenomenal. You give it a listen sometime. They were talking about energy drinks at one point, and because they had a guest on, and they were like, yeah, you could literally blow a little bit of creatine into the bottle, like just have it brush the
Yeah,
solution, and then you can say it's in there.
market it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, exactly.
Just
Uh,
don't disclose it. And like doesn't V I think V Shred might have his own pre-workout. I don't know. But a
I'm
lot
sure
of
it does.
those TikTok people do have pre-workouts, and I've looked at them. None of them disclose any of the ingredients, so they're probably making a huge like profit margin on their pre-workout by just not including any of the actual ingredients. Like they just say they have it, and then there's like 0.001% of it in the bottle.
Proprietary blends. Those
Proprietary
always
blend,
get
that's
me.
my favorite word.
It's like,
Yes.
what are you really selling?
Exactly. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It is interesting to watch other brands like Rise. I really like, I'm trying to get Nick on the podcast. Nick is
Okay.
the Rise CEO. They're doing some really good stuff. They're pretty transparent about what
Okay.
goes in, where they're manufacturing it, even like they just straight up tell
Nice.
you. And then how they're doing the testing process. I have
Okay.
not seen any other company do that, and it's a really rare thing, at least that
That's
I've
so
seen in energy
cool.
drinks. Yeah, it's awesome. So,
I
um,
love the transparency. I wish like more brands did that because
yeah,
you want to know what you're buying. And pre-workout's like the only thing in the market where you can put whatever you want in. It's not really regulated, you know?
yeah, it's a little scary.
It's
Although I do wish the Mastonomics guys were also talking about this. You remember Jacked pre-workout, JACK?
yeah.
I think it became, I don't remember if it came, did it become illegal or did they have some sort of lawsuit about that? They had to take it off the market?
I don't know whether it became illegal or they were bankrupt from the lawsuits or something, but it's not there anymore, I don't think, right? Like you can't buy it anymore,
No,
right?
they changed. Oh, that's what it is. They changed the formula. Everybody create like goes on about like the original Jacked formula, and
Oh, okay.
yeah. So now I don't know. I don't know why they didn't go back to it, but everybody talks about it. It's really funny.
Uh,
uh, okay, so more on the topic of food. So power lifters, me included, really enjoy snacks, food, energy drinks, pre-workout, all the bad stuff. What is,
yes.
and I know you coach nutrition. What is the best, like guilt-free, still really good, tasty, kind of powerlifting snack that you can enjoy without, damaging all your gains?
Hmm. That is a tough one to answer because there are so many. Like, I don't know, it depends on what you like. Like I love cereal. I'm a huge cereal person. And like if you just have like 2 cups of cereal and a cup of fat-free Fairlife milk, you get some great carbs and no fats and some good protein. That's like super easy. And then I'm also like obsessed with overnight oats. I make my oats like I'm like 50 years old. Like I make like all my food. I make overnight oats and I put like bananas, cinnamon, vanilla, chocolate protein powder. I'll put in some like chia seeds or whatever for some extra like crunch. Like I'm very bougie with my overnight oats, and that is so good. Like you can make so many different overnight oats. So and it's so good for you. It's like 30 grams of protein, like 5 grams of fat, and like 50 grams of carbs.
Wow,
And it's so good.
that's perfect. With overnight oats, I think I've tried it before. I can never get the mix just right, but is it basically just softening everything to make sure all the flavors kind of come together? Like I've never actually had it work quite right. Is that how it's supposed to work?
Yeah. Yeah, so like you want to get like the quick cooking overnight oats. You want to get that and not like I don't know, soft rolled or whatever the other else types of oats are. You want to get the quick cooking ones, and then by the time you wake up in the morning, they'll be nice and soft and like kind of mushy. And then if you put in like a banana or other fruits, blueberries, anything like that, then it should like all blend together and be really yummy.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that sometime. Um what was I gonna say? Do you think I've asked this of other people before. Do you Is powerlifting, at least, I don't know. I've seen competitive powerlifters do this, but maybe it's just because they're juiced. Is powerlifting just an excuse to eat like a massive amount of junk food?
Oh, definitely. People be like, oh man, I have to have this like thing of Sour Patch Kids. If I do not have it, I will not be able to squat. That's so true. If I don't have my gallon of a Dr. Pepper, then I know I won't have enough juices to lift this session. That's such an excuse. Can't say I haven't done it, but it's an excuse.
How much, I know for a competitive powerlifter, it makes a huge difference, but can you get away with like a decently crappy diet and still be extremely competitive in the powerlifting world? I know it's almost impossible to get away with as a bodybuilder, but like powerlifting is, I know it's a little bit of a different
Right.
game.
Right. I would say yes, to an extent. I think you'll hit a wall sometime, probably. Like if you have a crappy diet and you continue to have a crappy diet throughout your peak, then I think that's going to affect your platform performance.
Mhm.
Obviously, if you have a bad diet, your training's not going to be the best, but you can still be, I think, competitive to an extent, even with a bad diet. Like if you eat, I don't know, fast food a lot, but time it to where you're not like, if you eat Taco Bell after you work out instead of before you work out, then you can probably still have a good workout beforehand. But I mean, like, if you want long-term growth and you really want to maximize your performance, no, you shouldn't have a crappy diet, but you can still be somewhat competitive with a bad diet.
Okay, gotcha. I also
Yeah.
think with the Taco Bell, it's probably best to have it after the workout anyway, just
Yes.
for,
Just safety reasons.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. As anybody who's been squatting knows.
Yes.
Nice. On that same note, what do you tell your clients about nutrition? What's your overall philosophy there?
Yeah. I basically just try whatever client their goal is, just try to educate them. So in the future, when they obviously don't need me anymore, they can continue down the path. Because I really promote like the idea of longevity. Like you want to be able to feel healthy and continue these habits, not only when you're powerlifting, but if say down the line you don't powerlift anymore, you want to be able to still have these healthy habits. And really just promote like this balance, because are you going to be as strict as a professional bodybuilder stepping on stage? No. You can still go out with friends and you can eat like a cookie now and again, like it won't kill you. You just have to balance that with good protein intake, prioritizing whole grains and good carbs, healthy fats like avocado. Like you just have to have balance. And that's pretty much just what I try to promote to all my clients. Is just be balanced and understand like the longevity of the process.
I know some people are a big fan of eating. They call it intra workout. It's eating while you're
Oh
lifting.
yeah.
I've heard back and forth on this. I mean, if your lifting sessions are 3, 4, 5 hours long, obviously you're going to need something, but
Right.
what do you, thoughts on that?
I mean, if you are in the gym for like 3 or 4 hours, then my God, go home. But the only time when I will have intra-workout carbs is in the summertime, and that's always in the form of Gatorades. They're just like simple sugars or whatever, and I can just like count one back because I'm profusely sweating like all hell. I've been there for like literally 20 minutes, then I'll try to replenish electrolytes and get like some quick carbs in, but I don't buy like the shakes or anything. I have maybe one athlete who does do intra-workout carb shakes, and I don't think they're necessary if you eat a good workout or a good meal before your workout.
Gotcha.
It's whatever your personal preference is, honestly.
Sure, sure. Oh yeah, and also just post workout as far as, getting in that quote unquote metabolic window. That's been debunked, right? That you don't
Yeah,
have to get it in a particular
yeah.
time.
I remember back in like even back in 2018 though, people were like, oh, you gotta get 60 grams of protein within 30 minutes or else your whole workout's gone to shit. No, you'll be fine. The anabolic window, quote unquote, is now like, you could hypothetically go without eating any protein for like 12 to like 13 hours after you work out, and you'll be
Wow.
totally fine. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah,
you'll
that
be
would be
hungry.
yeah, exactly. Well, that would be so sad if your gains were like gone 30 minutes after your workout anyway. Like
I know.
who in their right mind, I wouldn't I feel like some people wouldn't even work out to begin with just because it would be
Exactly. It'd be like unattainable. I don't know who started that rumor, whether scientists actually thought that you needed protein, but after you work out, or whether it was supplement companies who are trying to promote their workout shakes after. I don't know who started that, but I'm glad that it's kind of debunked now.
it was definitely a gym bro and a fraternity. It was like, bro,
Bruh.
protein shake. It's amazing. Gotta try
For real.
it. Speaking of discipline in eating and, you know, being a powerlifter, being competitive and having to stay on point. I mean, how do you stay motivated and focused, competing year over year and continuing to like cut and cycle and all of that stuff for competition?
Right. Well, it's, I guess it's just, I don't really think about like, oh gosh, I have to bulk, or oh gosh, I have to cut now. I just think about it, oh, I get to do bulk, I get to eat lots of fun foods, I love doing this, like, yay, I love bulking because I get to eat, you know, whatever I want. Now, when I cut, I don't cut out foods. I still eat the same foods. I'll just do like a slightly fat-free version, or I'll eat less of the amounts. Like, I still have like Oreos and a few like yummy snacks that I'll eat, but I just try to do it in moderate amounts. But I guess I would say like 2 years ago, I would rely a lot on motivation. Even last year, I rely on motivation and just say, come on, let's go, let's do this. It'll be worth it. And now it's kind of more like a chill mindset where I'm just like dedicated to the process to say, it's fine. Like, you enjoy this, you're doing this because you want to. And I think that that mindset has helped me a lot, because if I'm just trying to motivate myself to do this, it'll be frustrating because I feel like I'm missing out on going out with drinks for friends, or I can't do certain things, or I can't be social. But now I'm like, no, like, I want to powerlift and I want to be competitive at, you know, the world level. So I'll just do this for now and it'll be fine. Like, a very like chilled out mindset about it now, or I try to.
I was talking with Jen about, you know, longevity from an injury standpoint, but I think the mentality is even more important because when me and Marcus were talking, I mean, he went through a rough patch there prior to a competition where, I mean, he's bombed out and it was all in his head. But
Oh
I think
gosh,
for,
I've been there.
yeah, but I think for powerlifting, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I mean, you know, I feel like your mindset, like just being chill about it, saying I'm going to be consistent, will actually help you to outlast 90% of the folks on the platform.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I think that's totally true, because like my mindset going into nationals was absolute trash. And it obviously showed on the platform when I bombed out. And I think that I'm grateful for that experience. That was quite painful in June. It was definitely worth it, because now it's like, you're in this for the long run. It's literally one meet. It does not matter. Think about it. You know, think about why you're doing the sport, why you enjoy it. And look at Jen Thompson. She's came back from a total hip injury. Like, that was huge. And now she's back #1. She's just crushing it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, I didn't ask you this at the beginning, but what is your favorite lift? Squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, something else?
Oh God, not overhead press. Overhead press like 5 pounds. Like, legit. It's either I still love deadlifts. It's either deadlifts or squat. My squat has gone up, but I would still say deadlifts are my favorite, because deadlifts are just fun.
Okay, nice.
Just pull the bar.
Nice. Are you cheating on your deadlift, Natalie?
I am cheating. I pull sumo. I have no range of motion. I know, I am curious to see if IPF bans sumo from the Instagram comments in like 2 years. I bet you they will. I guarantee it. I think they're going to switch over to conventional.
Oh my
It'll
God.
be a mess.
The IPF is a garbage dumpster fire right now. Oh my word. Like, the bench press rules, I get.
It's from Instagram comments though.
Yeah, but it's all driven from like hype and outside influence that should really not be impacting the sport. If athletes want to get around the rule because it's legal, let them do it. you know?
I know. I know. And
So
like it's a skill in itself to be able to do that such limited range of motion. Like I would break every bone in my body trying to do that. So I have respect for athletes who can actually do that. And there's like what, 5 athletes in the world that have that range of motion that they
yeah.
ban? Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, and eventually they're going to retire or age themselves out or whatever. Like it won't be a
Whatever, yeah.
problem. But if you're making the rules out of the exceptions, I don't know that you have, I don't know that the sport will have longevity there. So
I know they're really pushing to get into the Olympics, but we're still closely tied in the perspective of being similar to weightlifting. And weightlifting is like 1 year away from getting kicked out of the Olympics with all their like steroid use.
oh yeah.
So we'll see.
You know, it would be so much more fun to watch in the Olympics, and they should just allow it because it's already happening in the sport anyway, is strongman. Like that would be so much more
Yeah.
entertaining. And those guys are already juiced to the gills, but they're also naturally like gigantic and strong.
Huge. Oh
Um,
God, yeah.
you know, and I get wanting to be in the Olympics and it's a big sport and a blah 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 blah. But like, I don't know. I just from an entertainment standpoint, squat,
Exactly.
you know,
People love strongman.
yeah, absolutely. And squat bench and deadlift is great. Don't get me wrong. Like I love seeing an amazing deadlift, and I'm a huge fan. But I don't know, strongman. You can do. I feel like you
It's
can
just
almost
so
do more stuff with it.
entertaining.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well,
Mhm.
and the personalities behind it, like Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, Robert Oberst, like guys are hilarious, like legit
Yeah.
hilarious.
I mean, they have don't they have like the Netflix show or series or whatever, like the Strongman like movie? I think I've watched that. And it's promoted for mass audiences too on Netflix. And that's awesome.
Yep.
So many people watch it, just general pop are like, oh, they're lifting up a car. That looks pretty cool. I'm gonna watch it, you know?
Oh, what do you think about this? So, what if the Olympics did take away? I'm not saying for every sport. I'm just saying specifically for lifting, and they took away the PED requirement for
Right.
Olympic lifting, powerlifting, whatever. I mean, do you think that how do you think that would impact the sport?
That would be uh, that makes it honestly another layer of complicated because like would they have 2 divisions, one untested, one tested, like how it is in USPA, or would they have everyone, whether you take steroids or not, competing against each other in one division untested? Now that would be pretty cool, but then I would be intimidated to even throw my hat in the ring because I know I'm going against someone who most likely on steroids if they can do it. So if from a viewer standpoint, maybe they'd watch it more, but then we might get more bad media because not, I guess the general population use steroids differently than people who take it in the sport. So I don't know. It could hinder or it could help. Either way, I could see it going both directions.
I've heard a couple of opinions on this about baseball, and they're like, yeah, I mean, Barry Bonds hitting all these home runs was, was great and all, but he was juiced up. And then
exactly. See, like people just like, I don't know. I love John Hack. Like, I don't really like when I look at him, he's so transparent about his steroid use. I think he's just a great lifter. I love watching him lift. But I know people would say, well, he's on steroids. He probably only deadlift 100 pounds if he was natural. Oh. Like, bro, that's not how steroids work. But people don't see that. So they would probably discredit, I guess, a lot of records if people were juiced up like that. I can see that now. Since you mentioned baseball, if that makes sense.
Well, in a baseball league, I mean, on that point, like a baseball league on steroids is actually more hilarious than a baseball league not on steroids. I mean, you hitting home runs basically every hit, So
yeah.
I don't know if I'm against it completely. So
I don't know. It's interesting for sure. I think a lot of people have a different perspective on it, just depending on whether you come from a powerlifting perspective, a medical perspective, a general pop perspective. It's too many. It's complicated.
I do like that USAPL has a tested and an untested division, right?
I think it's only tested.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, okay. They don't have the untested. I think it's only USPA, but just the untested.
USPA, that's right. Okay, sorry. I got my acronyms mixed up. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Natalie, where can people go to find you for lifting, all of the videos you're doing, and also where can they go to find you for coaching and that kind of thing?
Yeah. So follow me on Instagram and YouTube. Instagram is Nat_lifting. And YouTube's just Nat Lifting. You don't have to follow me on TikTok. Don't recommend it. My TikTok's Nat_lifting. And then for coaching, I have it linked on my Instagram, or go to anchorpower.co, and I'm there on the page. Just click on me.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, Natalie, thank you very much for coming on. It was a pleasure, and keep making those videos. They're fantastic and entertaining, and best of luck. So tell everybody where you're competing this weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm competing at Carolina Prime Time in South Carolina. There'll be a live stream link. I'm on day 1 on this Saturday, the 15th, and I start at noon. So I'll be there.
Fantastic. I'm glad that they're live streaming that. That'll be entertaining.
It'll be very high quality. Marshall's put a lot of effort into the live stream, so it'll be good.
I like it. Cool. Well, Natalie, thank you so much for coming on. It was great talking with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care.